The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. We expected this device. Well, I take it back. We did not really know what to expect. Now, recent leaks in the past month or two looks like it's going to be pretty amazing as far as how thin it is. Look, Samsung is up against it. I think, and I've said before, I think Samsung, since they were really the innovators of the foldable device, they sort of had a sizable lead as far as R&D goes, meaning research and development. It took a few years for other competitors to catch up, and now Oppo is really killing it right now. Motorola's, of course, been in the foldable game for forever. In fact, they probably initiated the foldable game, but Samsung has really been on top of that mountain. Being so on top of the game, basically, I think they sat back with their arms crossed, sitting there a little too reluctant to put any major advancements and or newer technology in their foldables, and that allowed for companies like Oppo to catch up. And now that they've caught up, Samsung's like, oh shit, like we got to do something, because Samsung has seen their foldable sales drop off. Past 2 years, they've seen a steady decline in sales. So it looks like Samsung is not necessarily pulling out all the stops on this Fold 7 and Flip 7, but they are making some major improvements. One of them being the thinness and just how thin it is when it's unfolded. Now with the Flip 7, it's not going to be amazingly thin, although Fold 7, you're going to see an absolute amazing thin device when it's unfolded, because it looks like we're gearing up to basically have my dream foldables. We have new leaks, and we'll get to those images right now. It basically looks like an S25 Edge that opens up into two S25 edges. It's going to have a decent height and width, and it'll just open up to two. And I think that's where, for me personally, I would feel more comfortable using a phone like that, because you get that same surface area, screen real estate, that it feels like you're using a regular phone. So let me pull up a couple of images we got here. Now, let me pull up this first one, and I'll show you that aspect ratio that I'm talking about. So let me share this tab, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So check this out. So here is the Fold 7, the tall, thin frame that consisted the folds in previous years appears to be gone. It looks like it's basically a thin S24 Ultra, because it's more squared off than rounded than the S25 Ultra. So it basically looks like an S24 Ultra, same aspect ratio, that just opens up into two phones, into a tablet, right? And when it's folded closed, it's going to be about the same thickness when it's folded closed of an S24 Ultra. So check this out. I'm going to show you another angle. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 folded closed. It's so thin that when it's folded closed, it's essentially the same height or thickness as an S24 Ultra or S25 Ultra. Here's a different view right here. Well, it gives you a different angle. You get the same side angle, but here you can tell that left image right here, it basically looks like an S24 Ultra. So I'm talking about the aspect ratio as far as height. Actually, that is a thin-born case, or a fiber-born case. I'll be darned. So they are the culprit. Well, maybe not them necessarily, but somewhere between, somehow that photo got leaked out. Does it say fiber-born on there? It says thin-born, doesn't it? Wow. Well. I did not look that close, but I was like, holy crap, it says thin-born on there? I was just in contact with them. So it does look like a phenomenal case. As you can tell, I'm currently editing, in the process of editing videos for, I got thin-born here, case here. I got thin-born case on my Pixel 9 Pro XL. So I use these cases religiously. So very interesting to see. Now, this is apparently going to be released sometime in July. Not sure specifically when. No launch date has been made official, but it has gone through FCC certification. So you know time is coming near for this Fold 7 and Flip 7, may I add, to get launched. So we'll have full coverage of it. We're also supposed to be getting new earbuds, I believe, possibly new Galaxy Buds FE models, which well, these aren't the Buds FE, where are they? I have multiple FE buds. They're my favorite earbuds for the price. They last forever. Audio quality is good. They got a white and a black. So hopefully if they do release new earbuds, we will get those as well. So I'm not sure if I'll be getting the Fold 7 or Flip 7 because the Nothing Phone 3 is coming out. Now, I haven't heard anything from Nothing. Probably going to have to be buying that on my own. We don't get that many devices given to us for review, so I'm having to purchase these out of my own pocket. So not sure, although I could possibly get a Flip series with a trade-in, right? I got my trade-in hack. You just go find a cheap trade-in. We'll see though. We'll definitely cover the release of this and the launch of these foldables here coming soon. But